Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Above the Rim Rundown, where we run down all things NBA. I am one of your hosts, Memo, and right beside me, I've got Hoops. How you doing?
What's going on, man? Overall, just getting through, and everything has been more of the norm. How about you? How's everything going?
Kind of the same, with my, personal life. It just been working, going to the gym, stuff like that. I've been making a lot of content on my other channel, and that's been doing pretty well. I even had a pretty successful live stream where I recorded my reaction to the new ASAP Rocky album. I wish it was better than it was, but it's still not that bad. I guess it's good. It's good. So that's been cool. I get a 3 day weekend. Do you get a 3 day weekend? Shout out MLK.
No, I don't get one.
Dang, that that's unfortunate. Um,
Yeah, but it's all good. At the end of the day, money is more important. So
yup, that's true, and we all need it for sure. Uh, but yeah. Also, I guess I'm starting my second semester next week, so I'm gonna be very busy moving forward. But it's gonna be a good challenge, and can't wait to see my classmates again and be even more productive than I am already. So yeah, so that's about it for me. Um, but yeah, today we are getting back to business. We are, you know, rolling back with the classic W and L list for this week. Um, we will be starting with the standings, and at the end of the pod, we will give our, I guess, what is it like, record of our wagers so far and reveal our next game that we will be predicting. If you don't know, we have made like a monthly wager thing where we have to choose a team or a game, choose a team from the game, and the winner gets a point, the loser doesn't get a point. And basically, if you have the best record by the end of the month, you have to do something that sucks. A wager that we still have not talked about, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're trying to avoid getting sick, so all my like icy cold ideas might not happen. Even though lately it's been hot. It's been very hot as of late in California. It does not feel like winter at all.
yeah, that sounds about right. It's the year-long warm SoCal weather for you. So, yeah, we'll come up with something soon. Just weighing our options still. And yeah, as Memo said, whoever that is on the short end of the record will indeed have to be paying off the bet at the end of this month. Um, I think we should also like Brent mentioned, what happens if we both went 2-2? Then what are we gonna do as the tiebreaker? I think in that situation, we should do a do or die match
Two or
to
time
break the
match.
tie.
Uh,
So that way it ends up being 3-2.
all right, I like that idea.
If it's
If
a if obviously, but yeah, I think that tiebreaker scenarios that would probably be what makes sense. I think.
yeah, it does. It does. Um.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into it. We always start off with the standings, so we're gonna do that. It's been a while since we've done this. Actually, we haven't done this since last year. I'll be nice and I'll have you start with the West Coast, the best coast, from 15-1.
Now, now I believe now I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that you ended up doing the West last time anyway, possibly. So if anything, it just makes sense. So without further ado, here are the Western Conference standings. At number 15, we got the Pelicans at 10 and 34. 14, we got the Kings at 12 and 30. 13, we got the Jazz at 14 and 27. 12, we got the Mavericks at 16 and 26. 11, Grizzlies 17 and 23. 10, Clippers 18 and 23. 9, Blazers 20 and 22. 8 Warriors 23 and 19, 7 Suns 24 and 17, 6 Lakers 24 and 15, 5 Rockets 24 and 15, 4 Timberwolves 27 and 15, 3 Nuggets 28 and 13, 2 Spurs 28 to 13, and sitting on top of the Western Conference and still was the best record in the NBA, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder at 35 and 7. So that would be the Western Conference standings.
Now for the East, we got at number 15 the Pacers with a 10-32 record, 14 Wizards 10-30, Nets 13 with a 12-27 record, Hornets 12 with a 15-26 record, Bucks 11 with a 17-24 record, Bulls 10 19-22 record, Hawks 9 20-23 record, Heat at 8 with a 21-20 record, 76ers at 7 with a 22-18 record, Cavs at 6 with a 24-19 record, Magic at 5 with a 23-18 record, Raptors at 4 with a 25-18 record, Knicks at 3 with a 25-16 record, Celtics at 2, kind of surprising, with a 25-15 record, and at number 1, it's the Pistons still with a 29-10 record. So those are the standings so far through the season. Let's jump into the W list and talk about some of the best teams as of late. And we're gonna start with the Clippers, who, oh my God, it's like this is our worst nightmare. They've been doing well out of nowhere. They were like historically awful, and they somehow turned it around.
Yeah. Crazy shit for sure. I mean, yeah, they started the year 6 and 21 and they were the laughing stock of the league. And then suddenly they won 12 of their last 14 games and they have been on a roll since mid-December, and by doing so, they moved up from the 14th seed all the way up to the 10th seed, and which means they are now in play-in territory. So yeah, not something that we like to see, obviously, as Lakers fans. However, obviously we all know because they give OKC their draft pick. Um, if they, I guess, are at least in like a mid territory, OKC then will not have a very high pick unless some crazy um ping pong ball black voodoo magic ends up happening and then they somehow land the number one with like a 1% chance because we've seen that BS happen before. But yeah, at least if the Clippers are in mid territory, it lowers OKC's chances of getting the top pick. So I guess that would be the only positive from Clippers winning, but not too much more winning. I will put it that way.
Yeah, like they can relax a bit now. Like you're no longer the last seed. You don't need to get any better from here. Um, but yeah, like a huge reason why they've definitely made this run and have made such a huge improvement is because of how great Kawhi Leonard is. It's like him hitting like a second prime, almost. Like I don't remember how, like I don't know. This might be his best season. Weirdly enough, like I believe he might be averaging the most points per game in his career. I could be wrong. But like it's insane how
That's crazy.
I essentially kind of gave up on Kawhi this summer. Like yeah, it's Kawhi. He'll have some good games here and there, but he'll be injured all the time. He's coming through for the Clippers. Like I really can't believe it. So yeah, as he said, they are in play in you know territory. You could stay there, okay? Don't be the last seed, but don't make the playoffs either. That's like they're kind of like in the sweet spot at the moment. So yeah, just don't do too much, Clippers, please. I would hate to
Yeah.
see you guys in the playoffs again.
Yeah. Though, let me say this though.
Ooh,
I would prefer them not to make the playoffs. But if they do make the playoffs, they will give us one more opportunity to in terms of how are they going to choke again.
true,
So that's
true.
all I'm going to say.
They choked Game
Taking a
7 against the Nuggets last year. Where was Kawhi then?
yeah,
So
yeah, nowhere to be found.
where was Harden?
Harden, same thing. Um, what about the year before that? Not much difference.
And the year
And then the
before
year
that,
before that,
and the year
not
before
much
that,
difference.
and the year
Yeah.
before
And how
that.
about ever yet? We can't forget about in the bubble. Yeah.
the,
My
oh, the,
point being is
don't get me started
my
on the
point
bubble.
yep. My point being is Clippers are known historically for being a regular season team. So come playoffs time, there's literally nothing to worry about. So yeah, it would be nice if they didn't get in, but if they do get in, no stress either.
I like how we shout on the first winner of the episode. Like, we were supposed to be
Yeah.
praising them, and we just started
At,
talking shit.
yep. At the end of the day,
We are Lakers fans.
we will always get the last laugh at the end.
Okay, I guess we should move on before we shit on them again. Next team, we've got the Thunder. Obviously, they've been great. They had a big win this week against the Spurs. They couldn't beat the Spurs 3 times this season. They finally won once against the Spurs. Shea said that this was not their Super Bowl. Okay, it's like sure felt like it. Sure felt like it, but
It did, yeah.
yeah.
Because you can just tell like the that was like a game that the Thunder really wanted to win. I wonder why. Maybe because the same team beat them 3 times already before this. That's probably the reason. But yeah, I feel like him saying such a statement that it's not their Super Bowl just makes it all look like it is their Super Bowl. Like, why do you even have
Exactly.
to mention it? Come on now. Anyways, the Thunder have been looking back like themselves as of late. They were struggling in late December and until early January, and now they're on a 5 game winning streak, and their record is now at 35-7. Kevin Durant and Chet Holmgren, if we're talking jersey numbers. Um, but yeah, team is now back on track after looking vulnerable to start the year, and this is not a good sign for the rest of the league, to say the least, if they were to hold up.
Yeah, they're for sure definitely a scary team to face. Um, they seem a lot more beatable now that like the Spurs like destroy them 3 times this season. It's like you can kind of see a weakness, which is like the lack of big, which is funny enough because they have Hartenstein, they have Chet, but they're not like real bigs like Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic will do damage against the Thunder, and he did pretty well last year. Like he slowed down a bit because of the defense, but like remember the Nuggets, took the Thunder to Game 7 last year, and now they have a better roster. Jokic is out, but all of the it seems like all of their like role players are stepping up right now. Jamal Murray's probably gonna make his first All Star game. Peyton Watson, where did he come from? He's been like the number two at the moment, number two guy right now that Jokic is not there. Um, the bench is deeper, not that deep, but still deeper. Thunder, the Thunder are great, but I don't think it's a guarantee they are running it back and winning a second chip this season.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're definitely still looking like they are for sure a favorite, but they are by no means an unbeatable force. So, yeah, I think Memo pretty much nailed a lot of the points that their biggest weakness has to be the center position. Not because the guys are not good, but more so because like they are not of elite level versus some of those other teams in the Western Conference, as mentioned, Jokic, Wemby, you name it.
Right. All right, let's move on to the next team, which is the Timberwolves, one of your favorite teams.
Yep. So Timberwolves have been playing really well lately. They have won 7 out of their last 10, and they have a 27-15 record. Now having moved up to fourth in the Western Conference, and as they have gotten up in the standings, a bonus feat that happened earlier this week was when Anthony Edwards reached 10,000 career points. And by doing so, he was the third youngest player in NBA history. So shout out to the Ant Man, aka Antaclaus, whatever you want to call him. Good stuff.
Santa Claus, I haven't heard that one before. That's cool. Uh,
You you don't know how he took over the Sprite cranberry after LeBron stopped doing it?
yeah,
And then the commercial, they literally said Antaclaus.
I forgot about
I'm
that.
guessing did you not see the commercial?
I don't really remember. I try to avoid ads, honestly. Uh, but yes,
Understandable.
the Timberwolves have been doing great. Fourth in the West. We'll see if they keep that up. Get home court advantage in the playoffs. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's surprising how Ant became the third youngest player to reach 10,000 points. Do you know who are number one and two?
I don't, but if I were to make a wild guess, I'm gonna go ahead and say LeBron, maybe one of them.
Maybe. I had the stat. I can't find it. What the
So even you don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's LeBron and Kevin
And
Durant.
Jordan, maybe? Oh, okay, Durant.
Yeah. I think Jordan played more than 1 year in college, right?
Oh,
Making him like a
I think he
somewhat
did. Yeah,
older rookie.
yeah, that
Top
probably
three
explains it.
fastest NBA players to reach 10,000 points. All right, let's see if I was right. What the hell? Was it 10,000 or 1,000?
10,000.
Oh, you know what? I did fastest. It should have been youngest because the first person
Oh,
up was Wilt. I was like, what?
oh yeah, those are completely different
Yeah.
age or speed.
All right, I had it correct. LeBron and Kevin Durant are young. We're the only two younger players to get it done. LeBron was 23 years old, 59 days. Kevin Durant was 24 years old, 33 days. And 24 years, 156 days. So
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
you got a great company to be a part of. Um, and let's continue the points talk and move on to our next winners. I'm kind of combining these two right here. It is James Harden and Kevin Durant because they're just climbing up the most points of all time ladder. Kevin Durant surpassed Wilt for seventh all time in uh I guess total points, while Harden surpassed Shaq for ninth all time. So, two former teammates, two former Thunder, making it to the top 10. Very impressive there. It's just, showcases not only their talent on the offensive end, but their longevity as well. They've been killing it even in their older eras, right? So shout out to Durant and Harden for, you know, surpassing these milestones.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, very impressive. Obviously, both of them in the top 10 all time scoring. former teammates. Had some really good teams together. Couldn't get the job done, but story for another day. They have been showing their great longevity for sure, and definitely worthy of being celebrated for sure.
Yeah, and speaking of celebrated, good segue to the next thing. We're gonna fly by these next few winners, but yeah, this one was actually a little surprising to me when I found this one out. But Del Curry will be having his jersey retired by the Charlotte Hornets. He spent 10 years with the Hornets, which was most of his career. He is second in franchise points, right behind Kemba Walker. And yeah, during his time with the Hornets, he won Six Man of the Year. So yeah, shout out to Del Curry, father of Stephen Curry. I saw this funny tweet, like no disrespect to Del Curry, this is well deserved. He deserves his flowers. But someone tweeted that uh, like Stephen Curry is so great of a basketball player that he even got his dad's jersey retired. Which like is a slight diss towards Del, kind of saying that if it wasn't for Steph, he didn't really deserve to get his jersey retired. But still, I think Del just for a franchise like Charlotte, he for sure deserves to get his jersey retired. So shout out to Del Curry.
Yeah, definitely, and I agree. Del Curry was like obviously, don't get me wrong. We all know that Steph ended up surpassing and 1A, 1B greatest point guard of all time. But Del Curry himself was no slouch. He was also a really good player back in the day. And so this jersey retirement was very well deserved. So yeah, shout out to Dell for getting a deserved um a very well earned jersey retirement from the Hornets.
Yeah, shout out to Dell. Shout out to Anthony Black for dunk of the year. I just wanted to throw this in there because that dunk was insane. Over four people. Four people he dunked over basically. It looked like that infamous photo of like older Kobe dunking on who was it? Like Gerald Wallace, I think, and Chris Humphries from the Nets. I don't remember if there was
Yeah.
anybody else.
I think maybe Brooke Lopez too. I
Brooke
don't remember.
Lopez too.
Actually, no. It might. I think it might have just been two of them, but I think it might have been two. But I would have like not been shocked. I don't know if you remember, but during that season, Kobe had like several like crazy dunks over multiple defenders. He had that one. He had one against the Hawks also. I don't remember who was guarding. I'm pretty sure probably Al Horford because he's a center trying to
Mm-hmm.
guard the paint and someone else. But yeah, I remember he had a few. But that one, I would say a good comparison, reminiscent for sure. Um, yeah, Anthony Black
That was
dunk over four
nasty.
defenders was crazy impressive. And the best part about it was this was at the end of the game when you did not know who was gonna win, and it was a tie game too, I believe, right?
The amount of
So
balls that he had to have
that dunk
to get that
meant
done.
a lot. Like game was on the line there, and he's like, "I'm gonna go for it," and he succeeded. He did not get blocked. None of that.
Four
So
defenders.
yeah,
One of the defenders, former DPOY Jaron Jackson Jr., like, was able to just slither his way into one of the craziest dunks I've seen in a while.
yeah, it was really cool to see for sure. But yeah, definitely worthy of W Player of the Week.
Yeah, we'll see
One
if
of at least.
for sure. We'll see if this ends up winning dunk of the year. It's gonna be hard to surpass this.
I
It
agree.
really is. So we'll see. Last thing to end up end off the W list, I this is actually something I wanted to start last year. I did attempt to do this thing last year for one of the episodes, but I believe that episode, the video got corrupted or something, so I couldn't upload it.
Tough.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but I want to start a thing called Statline of the Week where I just give out a shout out to a player that had the most insane stat line of that week. Usually there would be nominees. I kind of got lazy this week, so I just chose this one guy because I never heard of him, and out of nowhere he had a 40 bomb. Bryce Senzabog. Is that how you say it? Senzabog?
Sensible.
Senzabog? Have you heard of him before this week?
I have, well, I have heard of him, but I've never seen him play though.
Yeah, me either, but he dropped 43 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 5 3 pointers made, 68% from the field, and got the W. So, first ever stat line of the week goes to Bryce. Shout out, Bryce.
Yeah, definitely impressive from a player that not a lot of people probably don't really know of, or at least not much of, ends up putting a 40 burger. So shout out to him. Definitely easily stat line of the week win.
Yeah. So, that's it for all of our winners. All of the, players and teams we are mentioning in the W list. Now, let's jump to the L list. It I don't want to do this, dude. I don't want to do this. We put Clippers in the W list, Lakers in the L list. What's going on? 2026 has been such a weird year. And it just
Yeah,
started.
bro, it makes no damn sense. Like it's almost like as if the Lakers and Clippers switch fortunes. It's such bullshit, bro. Because like we started the year great, they started the year horrible. Suddenly they start winning and we start losing. Like what is this? Um yeah. So Lakers, they dropped to the 6th seed in the Western Conference due to their poor play recently. Now they are 24-15. And this past week alone, Lakers have lost some very bad games to some very bad teams. Um, Losses to the Bucks, Kings, and Hornets. And those are some of the worst teams in the league, and the Lakers embarrassingly lost to all of them. Just flat out unacceptable. Um, Lakers have been struggling ever since the middle of December, and perhaps the most frustrating part about it is that January was supposed to be a quote unquote easier stretch, and the Lakers are barely above 500 in the month. Like, what is this? This is like totally unacceptable. I get there's injuries, like obviously Austin Reeves has been out for nearly a full month. Rui was out for a while before he finally returned recently, and obviously Luca and LeBron are kind of dealing with like side injuries, but still not too major to the point where they have to sit out. Like, well, they sit out here and there, but still playing a good amount. So my point being is like, despite the injuries, there's really no excuse for the way this team has been performing lately, and especially like I see it like if you're gonna lose games, at least lose the teams that are like decent and reasonable. That's not even what's happening. They're losing the trash teams. Like this is just so frustrating. Like it's been a very frustrating last month of watching the Lakers. Hopefully they can get back on track like they were the first month and a half, but right now it has been some dark times for sure.
It really has been. I think a big reason why, like, they keep losing is because of the lack of shooting. That and the combination of, like, poor defense. But the Lakers have never been a great defense this season. But their offense has been insane all season. It just, like, recently they've been struggling shooting the ball, especially from three. They've got like no shooters at all. Like it,
bro.
it's
That
go ahead.
that's been a Lakers problem for like a long time though, not having shooters.
True,
Like
true, but like at least earlier
it's
this
so
season, the offense was on fire, and now it like
yeah,
tanked a lot.
so much yeah. And then on top of that, like the as far as like okay, I feel like a lot of the team just like they started the year like very impressive and recently they've been in slumps. Like for example, Luca, he's obviously still really great and he'll still get his own, but he'll have some games where like he'll be doing stuff making you wonder what is he doing. Um Aiton, he has not been the same as he was like the first month and a half. Um I know that when we first signed him, there were a lot of concerns, obviously, particularly from our host Memo right here.
Yep.
And then he had a very good run, and he's like, I shouldn't have thought all that. Now, I guess it's starting to be a little bit more reasonable again, which is frustrating. But yeah, hopefully they'll get back on track. But right now, it's hard to hold too much faith.
Yeah, it really is. Like we gotta make some moves during the deadline, but I don't even know what they can do, what they can't get.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know what they could do.
and like Lakers fans are always delusional. I hear all these rumors all the time about, oh, we're getting Trey Murphy. Oh, just wait, we're gonna get Giannis. Like, like I don't know what to believe, what to listen to at this point. That's why I don't love like trade rumor talks at all, just because
Yeah,
like I don't care until it happens.
yeah,
But yeah, something has to happen. I just doubt
yeah,
anything
definitely.
will.
Yeah. Now, earlier I saw this one trade proposal that someone put in a three-team trade. I'm gonna read it to you, and you tell me whether or not you would like it. Okay. So it would be a three-team trade for the Lakers to land Jonathan Kuminga. Who would they be
All
giving
right,
up?
we could just end
Here.
it there. I don't want his bum ass in
Yeah.
a Lakers
Okay.
uniform.
So yeah.
Jonathan Buminga.
The Warriors definitely overrated the hell out of him, thinking that he's like such a big value. The thing is, like, you literally were not playing this guy in the playoffs, and you're expecting to get that much value for a guy that even you didn't play. Like,
I like
be
how
real.
Warriors like media or like coach or players they won't play him. They will treat him like he's dog shit and be like, "Hey, he's pretty talented. He's actually pretty good, guys. Like, look at him. Like, maybe trade for him." Like, they clearly
Yeah,
don't want him on the team and are trying to figure out any way possible to get rid of this guy. Like,
yeah,
okay, I know I'm upset with the Lakers, but I'm so glad I'm not a Warriors fan. They refuse to trade pods you know, for like a Laurie marketed trade. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? They wish they have Laurie marketed right now. He would be the second
yeah,
best player on the team
easily.
easily. But instead, they wanted to keep pods. Okay.
Yeah, crazy. Now I think we all made it clear that we would not want to do that trade for Kabinga. But do you want me to just read you
Yeah, go ahead.
the
Go ahead.
proposal anyway, just for the sake of
Yeah.
laughs? Okay, so it's a three-team trade: Lakers, Warriors, and Nets added to the mix. So this would be where the pieces would go. Nets acquire Moses Moody, Buddy Hield, Jared Vanderbilt. Warriors acquire Nick Claxton, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Connect. Lakers acquire Jonathan Kuminga. So, in summary, Lakers will be giving up Vanderbilt, Vincent, and Connect for Kuminga. Three kind of useless players in a way, but at the same time, like we all know, Kuminga's not really gonna fill the void that much. So, Yeah. Would you say even giving up three useless players still wouldn't really do it?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah. It's just I feel like it's just a waste of energy, to be honest, if you're not really gonna get like too much of an impact in return.
Yeah, I'd rather have Claxton over Kaminga, honestly.
Honestly, I would rather have Claxton too. Um yeah, I agree.
Not gonna happen, but like
Yeah.
the comedian. Oh my god, you just pissed me off with that one. Like I did not want to hear about the bum ass Kaminga joining the Lakers. What the hell?
Yeah. Also, let's be real. With the way that the Warriors and the Lakers really don't like each other, do you really think they're gonna make a trade together? I highly doubt it.
Nah.
And if so, they're gonna try to fleece the hell out of the Lakers. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
um. Anyways, I think we can probably now move on to the next team on our
Yeah.
W
Move on
list.
to the
Um,
next team.
Now, I will say you maybe could argue that it could be a little bit crazy to put them in the L list, and that would be the Celtics. So, they have a 25-15 record, which is actually good enough to be the second seed in the Eastern Conference, which if anything, that just proves the Eastern Conference is way inferior to the Western Conference, as we always say when we do our standings. Um, so basically, the reason why we have Celtics here is because the team had been really hot for like the last month, but this last week they started losing some games, and they were on a 2-game losing streak before they finally ended up winning a game against the Heat on Thursday. But the two games that they lost, first one was against the Spurs, and it's like fine, Spurs are a good team, no biggie there. But then they lost against the Pacers. The team was the worst record in the league, and the Celtics shot an embarrassing 26% from three, and that was why they lost to the team was the worst record in the league. So, yeah, you could say this might be like pretty nitpicky, and you could even argue maybe it's a little bit crazy to put them in that list. But if you lose to the team with the worst record in the league, I think you definitely have a mention for sure.
Yeah, I'm just glad they're on the list. I don't want to talk positively about the Celtics. So, yeah,
I
it's
agree.
embarrassing losing to the Pacers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not good luck, but
definitely. And okay, let me also add a thing like how the hell is the Eastern Conference going to allow a Jason Tatum with Celtics team to be the second seed? It just makes no sense, bro. It's such bullshit. And like, if he returns, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared. Like,
dude,
I hope,
like,
I really hope that they just decide to give up the season and say Jason come back next year. But like if he returns in time for the playoffs, that could be trouble for a weak Eastern Conference. Like
dude, they could make the finals if Jason
I
Tatum
I
returns.
I hate to say it, but like it's very possible. Like please can this Eastern Conference weak ass conference step up and prevent a damn Celtics um run.
Something
Like
needs to
this
be
is
done, dude.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I know
Like
it's a bad idea, like traveling wise and stuff like that. It's gonna be harder on the players, but I'm so done with these conferences. The West has been the
so
better
much better.
conference like since I was born, basically. Like I don't remember
Yeah.
the East being any good.
Yeah.
It's like every year we see like a great 10th seed West team that would have been like the 6th seed in the East. Like what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, yeah, because like back in the day, like 90s and 80s, there was a stint where the Eastern Conference was a better conference, but that was a long time ago. West has been dominating for the last practically 15, 20, 30 years. So yeah, says a lot. And I'm just gonna add on and say, like, I'm really not confident in any Eastern Conference team, realistically. Like Pistons, very inconsistent. Knicks super inconsistent. Celtics also very inconsistent, but if they get Tatum back, that's looking scary. Um, and then the other teams also very inconsistent, like Cavs, Sixers, you name it. So like I think safe to say no Eastern Conference team should realistically win the championship, barring a crazy turnaround miracle. But we shall see.
Yeah, the West is winning the chip. Like the Western Conference
Easily.
Finals is gonna be the finals this year.
Yeah, Western Conference Finals is the real finals. And it's a shame that it has to be one round prior due to dumb conference procedures.
All right, you already
Um,
mentioned this team, but let's talk about the Knicks, who have been very inconsistent, as you said.
yeah, Knicks have been kind of trash lately, not gonna lie, to say it quite frankly. They lost 7 out of their last 10 games, and they have been so inconsistent ever since winning the NBA Cup. Um, this last week alone, they got destroyed by the Pistons by 31 points. And it's like, sure, Pistons are 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, but like you're talking about a matchup with a team that you could potentially meet in the playoffs, and you get destroyed by 31. That's a bad look. But more embarrassingly was when they got destroyed by the Kings by 11 earlier this week, and that was the same game when Jalen Brunson sprained his ankle in the first half. Um, it did not look like a pretty sighting, but hopefully it is not major for the long term. Um, they played another game against the Warriors after that, and I think as of right now, he did not play the Warriors game, but the word is he's questionable. I think in like a day-to-day situation at the moment. So yeah, hopefully that means that his injury was minor. But end result is that the Knicks have just been way too inconsistent ever since winning the NBA Cup. I root for them because I like the Knicks as a team, and also it's better if a team like Knicks are good, so that way Celtics have a lesser chance of making the finals or winning a championship. But the inconsistency of this team has been driving me super crazy as of late.
You think the NBA Cup curse is a thing?
Oh, it's definitely a thing. Cause like Lakers and Bucks both did not make it past the first round last year. Um, you would think that the Knicks should at least make it past the first round, but you just never know. And like, yeah, the NBA Cup is definitely a curse for sure because like these teams, like, have you seen the stat of I think it was like maybe saying something about like um record after the first 10 games following NBA Cup championship. And it says something like Lakers were like 3-7, Bucks were like 4-6, and like Knicks were like 5-5, or like also 4-6. I guess Bucks were 5-5, something crazy like that. Point being is like these teams just, I guess their egos get checked afterwards. You can think of it like a NBA Cup hangover, which shouldn't be a thing because this is not the real championship. Like, if it was the championship, a little bit still not excusable, but more understandable. A in-season tournament. Why? Why does that make you so much worse afterwards? Like, if anything, it should um, be like a hey NBA, look at our team and what we just did. We're gonna use this to show the blueprint that we are for real, and we're gonna keep this run for the rest of the year, and potentially maybe even win the championship and do something no other team has done before, winning both in 1 year. Instead, they're like, we won this, the rest is fine. We're not even gonna bother winning the championship. Like, come on, bro. It's crazy. So yeah, to answer your question, I think the NBA Cup curse is indeed a thing.
Yeah, well, um, you kind of surprised me. I kind of forgot the Lakers got bounced in the first round the year they won the cup by the Nuggets. For some reason, I thought that was the year where they went to the Western Conference Finals, but that was the year
Oh no,
before.
that was a year before. Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot about
yeah,
that. So, okay, I'm very curious if the Knicks are going to get bounced in the first round. Like, we would need to have a serious conversation on the NBA Cup curse because that's
yeah,
kind of freaky.
yeah. Well, I believe I did hear like there is this one saying that said like if a trend it's like if something happens two times, it's a coincidence. If something happens three times, it's considered a trend, I believe. And then if something happens four times or more, then it is just I don't even remember what the term was. I guess you could just say it is confirmed pattern, something like that.
Something like that.
Pattern and the term.
I
Yeah, but the
trust.
point being is if it does happen for a third time, I think that you can't really say otherwise
Yeah,
anymore
we
until a
need
team
to a
finally
side eye.
yeah, until a team finally does it. I mean, one can only wonder if the Thunder won the NBA Cup last year, does that mean that they don't win the finals, or would they have been the one to break it and be like, "Hey, actually, it's possible to win both in one year"?
Hmm.
I want to say yes, it is possible, but so far it just hasn't been a good look for whoever that won.
With how weak the East is too, like if they lose in that first round against like some sorry ass like Hawks team or whatever, it's
That'd be
like
so
like
embarrassing.
not only embarrassing, but I feel like that's confirmation that it is a curse. Like, how are you gonna
Yeah,
lose to like a bum ass team?
yeah. This is some crazy stuff for sure. Um, but yeah, I think that that shall do it for the teams in the L list. And now we can move on to some players,
Yeah, well,
starting with
Cody Williams. We'll speed through this one. So he's the brother of Jalen Williams, J Dub, the All Star one. Uh, quick loser because in a loss versus the Charlotte Hornets, Cody Williams recorded the worst plus minus of all time, a minus 60. that's
insanity.
that is insane. He sucks. He's not like his brother at all. Didn't his brother though? Didn't J Dub have like an awful plus minus two during the finals? I feel like we talked about that, or maybe not even the finals. Like in the playoffs sometime when like he wasn't doing as well. I feel like
I
we
think
talked
he
about
might
that, but I don't
I think he
remember.
might have, but I don't remember what the exact stat line was.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if that was true. That means it like runs in the family somehow.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, moving on, we've got Anthony Davis. He's a loser of the week, but I kind of just feel bad for him, honestly. As we all know, Anthony Davis is very injury prone. We know this for a fact since we are Lakers fans. And he is injured once again and now has to have surgery to repair a ligament damage in his left hand. He will miss several months because of this. So not only does that suck for him, it kind of makes him a loser, but the Mavs are also losers because they were trying to trade this guy, and this definitely hurts his trade value. Like his trade value was low, but now it's like a lot lower. Like, yeah, I don't know what they could get for Anthony Davis if they are still trying to trade him, but yeah, it's a lose lose situation for everybody except for whoever's fleecing the Mavs once again.
Yeah, it's crazy. And speaking of crazy, I saw there was a post that was like practically a diagram listing all the long list of injuries that AD has had in the span of less than a year when he was traded to the Mavs for Luka, and it is just straight up insanity. And it also involved a lot of repeat injuries too. Um, I might as well just go ahead and read it off just for the sake of ridiculousness, honestly. So February 7th, abdomen. February 8th, adductor. Um, March 25th, thigh. March 28th, groin. April 1st, groin again. April 3rd, adductor. April 8th, groin. April 10th, groin. April 12th, adductor. April 17th, groin. And now a slight pause, and then for this year, early in the beginning of the season, October 28th, Achilles. October 29th, leg. November 11th, calf. November 29th, calf again. December 14th, calf. December 19th, illness. December 25th, aka Christmas Day, groin. And last but not least, up to this point, January 8th, hand injury. That's insane. Less than a full calendar year. Let me count real quick. 18 injuries listed
Jesus
there
Christ.
in the span of 11 months, not even a full year, 11 months.
What?
That is crazy, bro. Like, oh, and then there there is another meme that is like it's a picture of AD getting those injuries in game, and then in the middle there's also a picture of Nico fired and Luca healthy. That's just dirty, bro. But unfortunately, it's just a fact.
It is.
So yeah, love AD. Appreciate him for the Lakers run.
Lakers
Appreciate
legend.
him for the championship. But unfortunately, he has to be in the L list for all these unfortunate injuries and missing time.
Yeah, dude. If he never was injury prone, he would have been one of the greatest big men of all time. He would have had an
Yeah,
MVP. He would have had it all. Multiple chips, Finals MVP. Dude, this is sad. But at least he, got his chip. He has like every like trophy, like the team trophy, right? The
yeah.
was that what's the NCAA one called?
March Madness.
I forgot what the actual trophy is called though. But like he won that tournament. He's an NBA Finals winner, FIBA winner, a gold medalist in the Olympics. So yeah, he'll go down as a Hall of Famer for sure. But yeah, it could have been so much more. It could have been so much more.
Yeah, I know, bro. And could have potentially had seen more Lakers championships as Braun and AD.
Oh yeah,
Bummer. Bummer we only saw one, but at the end of the day, we'll take one over zero, like some of those other teams that failed to even win one.
exactly.
Yes, I'm looking at you,
We're
Clippers.
just
And
continuing the Clippers hate. I love it.
yep, have to.
Have to. All right.
Anyways,
We've got a couple more losers to talk about, so let's talk about them. And we're gonna start off with Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of our favorite players, in the league. This was not a good look for him at all. It was when, the Bucks were hosting the Wolves. The Wolves were destroying them. By halftime, the Bucks were down 31 points. They were so bad that Bucks fans were booing their own team. And then yeah, later in the game, Giannis, I believe, hit this and one and started booing at his own crowd, which was an insane look. Um, and then yeah, reporters were talking to him about it. And then he said that he claims that he always boos back to people who don't believe in him, who boo at him. But then the reporter followed up and said, like, well, that's usually at like away games. This is the first time you did that at a home game, which is very weird. He didn't say that, but I'm saying it's weird. And then yeah, Giannis just goes on this rant about how he doesn't play basketball for anybody but himself, his teammates, his family. Essentially saying that he doesn't play this game for his own fans. Which, maybe I'm putting words in his mouth, but like that's kind of how he's been treating it. Not only during the interview, but during the game itself. Like he looked like he's fed up with the fans, but the fans had a good reason to boo. This team sucks. They suck. And I know Giannis is amazing and everything, but like, still, like, like this should be expected if your team is this ass. So yeah, were you shocked about this as shocked as I was about this? Because I was really shocked that Giannis would do something like this towards his own fans.
I was shocked for sure. Um, because do I think he should have done that? Probably not. I mean, like, I think that as players, they very well should just pretend that they didn't hear the fans or like ignore. But he took it super personal. Um, if he was doing it in a joking manner, then I would have excused it. But the way that he did it, like the way he did, it was not a good look for sure. So yes, I was definitely surprised by it, and obviously like feel bad for Giannis that he's such a great player with such a trash team, but yeah, this was not a good look on his end.
Not at all. And for the next loser, this is not a good look for him either. But we gotta talk about what he did recently, and that's just John Morant. Of course, I feel like at this point it feels like bullying. Like I feel like I keep bullying this man, but like he keeps doing like loser stuff. So yeah, for the first time in his career, John Morant is now on the trade block. The Grizzlies are shopping him. It seems like we're coming towards the end of an era for the Grizzlies. There's a lot of talks about Miami possibly trading for Ja. See if that happens. I think Ja mentioned he wants to go in Miami, but does Miami really want him? That's a big question mark, right? The Heat are interesting. They always say they want like all star caliber players. They want to trade for them, but they never do anything. Like when Damian Lillard was having those trade rumors, they didn't do anything. When Kevin Durant was trying to leave, whichever team he was trying to leave, there was rumors about Miami, but they never do anything. So part of me feels like they won't do anything, and part of me feels like it wouldn't even work anyways. Like John Morant does not like to be disciplined at all, and the Heat are like the most disciplined team in the league. Like there's a, like who's the basketball player that refused to play for the Heat for a long time because of like their strict diet restrictions and the amount of body fat he was able to have to stay on the team. Like I forgot who it was. It's bothering me that I don't remember. If it was a funny
Sounds
interview.
familiar, but I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, uh, I don't know why I keep thinking Jermaine O'Neal. Was he even on the Heat? I don't think so. It's
He
like
was.
he was right. It's like that
Yeah.
was a chunkier guy. It might have been Jermaine O'Neal. Uh, anyways, like
So, do you know what led to that player eventually not minding anymore and playing for them?
no, like he started playing for them, and then after realizing how strict they were, he decided to leave
He left
Miami.
or traded? Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't really remember. Anyways, going back to Ja, like not only is his relationship with Memphis and the Grizzlies have been, shitty, but now he's arguing with his own teammates. There's this clip going around with him arguing with I don't know who, but it was during I think a pregame workout, like, or something. I don't know. They were on the court outside. Cameras were up and rolling, and they caught those two arguing for some reason. I don't know. I heard rumors it was about something that happened during dinner. I don't know, but it's just a bad luck in general. Fighting with your teammates, having these verbal altercations while you're not having the best season as a leader, as a player, and you're possibly going to be shipped out this trade deadline. So, yeah, it's crazy how the mighty has fallen. How John Morant was once, had potential of being the face of the league, and now like nobody really wants to deal with him. Memphis does not want to deal with him, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the fact that they're really arguing about something that happened at dinner, like, why are you doing that in the public spotlight? Can't you guys do it behind the scenes if you're gonna have some type of argument? Like, don't get it. Or at least if you're gonna do it in the public eye, can you like control your temper? Like, clearly not. Like, I don't get why they had to do that. And yeah, it is a very unfortunate because like 3 4 years ago, John Morant was easily looked at as one of the best, most fun young up and coming players, and you were thinking he'll be the face of the league for a long time to come. And then injuries, suspension, off court issues, and now on court issues are leading to his downfall. And I guess time and time again, you hear people say um, SGA practically stole his what could have been career.
Yeah.
So yeah, because like if you think about it, back then, if you ask someone who would you take, John Morant or SGA, probably 9 out of 10 people would have picked Ja. Now it's more likely 10 out of 10. If you're lucky, maybe you'll find that one person that's crazy enough. Now, but like back then, it was a completely different story. So
Yeah, which is
yeah,
hard to believe now, but I'm pretty sure you're right. Like
yeah.
Shaw
I
had so
mean,
much potential,
yeah.
went
His
down the
I feel
drain.
like his ceiling. I feel like his ceiling was just higher, but because of his issues, it just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you're right on this one.
Yep.
Okay, that's all of our losers for this week, except I lied. I'm the loser of the week actually because of what happened this past week. So, we made our predictions for a game last week to start this wager thing that we're doing at a monthly basis. We chose the Warriors and Blazers game at it's not it's San Francisco, right? At Warriors, I
Yeah.
guess. Um, that happened this past Tuesday, and we made this prediction. What was it on the Wednesday before? I guess I don't know the date, but basically,
Yeah.
we made that prediction way before the game happened, and I feel like a day or two after we made our prediction, Denny Avdia went down and got injured, and he was the main reason why I chose the Blazers over the Warriors. So because he got injured, the Warriors, who've been ass as of late, beat the Blazers because Denny was injured. He was like the only reason why I chose the Blazers, and he got injured. So yeah, that sucked. So now I'm 0-1. You're 1-0 so far this month. We are gonna continue with a new game. This game will be held on a Tuesday as well. What was the January 20th is the day we're looking at, and the game we chose is Spurs at Rockets. So, Hoops, which team did you choose
I chose the Rockets in this one
and why?
because the games in Houston was the main reason why.
Oh, that was the main
But
reason.
the another reason is because the Spurs have been kind of struggling lately, and I will say Rockets have been kind of struggling too lately. So that kind of makes that so that's pretty much what it went down to. Both teams are good, but they've both been struggling. So then the next thing I looked at, where is the game at? It's in Houston. So that was ultimately why I chose the Rockets to win this game.
Yeah, I chose the Spurs. Not gonna lie, because I am a Wemby Glazer. I'm a Wemby believer, and he is gonna make sure that we are tied next week with a 1-1 record. I'd be very sad if I'm down 0-2 next week. I somehow keep losing every single wager we make, so I'm
Uh,
trying my best to make sure that doesn't continue, but we'll see. So yeah, that's the game we'll be looking out for. Check it out, and we'll see who wins that matchup. You and the Rockets, or me with the Spurs. And yeah, we still need to come up with a punishment for the wager. Obviously, that's the whole point of this. So one of us does something stupid after uh, you know the month ends and we have a loser. Any ideas? Like, I didn't really put a lot of thought into it this week. Um, but do you have any ideas?
I haven't really put a lot of thought into it either, so I'm gonna have to get back on that one.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
it's hard to think of like a winter based thing we could do. At least that's the
if
theme
you
I want to do. But
now,
I
if you do want worst case scenario, if we can't think of anything, if you do want to revisit that idea you originally pitched, we can consider it if you want.
where we like dump a bucket of ice water on ourselves. That one?
You- If you want, or if you don't want to do ice water, just like regular, like room temperature or whatever water. Basically, just pour a bucket of water on
Pour a
yourself. Could
bucket of
be
water on yourself.
that could be a last resort if we can't think of anything else. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. We'll think about it. For sure.
But
Um,
we are also make it. We can also say the option is we don't necessarily have to do it live on camera. You could do
no.
like a recording.
Yeah, I think that would be what we would need to do. So if like I lose, I'll go to the backyard, fill myself dumping water, and then you could, if you lose, you'll figure that out and just send me the clip so I could add it to the podcast. So yeah, that's definitely an idea. If we could come up with a better idea, we'll talk about next week. But that might be what we end up doing, just dumping water on ourselves, and I
Uh, we shall see.
yeah, we'll see. That might be like a refreshing thing to do depending on the day because it's been hot. I'm
Yeah.
melting right now. I'm surprised you're wearing like a flannel.
I'm in the house, man, and we don't turn on any heat.
We don't turn on heat either, but like it's hot. It's just hot. So I'm melting. That's why I like would not touch a flannel right now because it's hot already.
Hey, I will say this though. When whoever that loses that bet, we must pray that the weather will still be good that week. Because
Yeah.
imagine it ends up being rainy again. That would be a disaster.
It'd be so
Hey,
stupid if you like go outside in the rain with your bucket of water. It just dump
hey,
even more water on yourself as
hey,
it's
not
raining.
gonna not gonna lie. If it ended up raining that week, we could possibly even do an improvisation. Just walk out in the rain and soak yourself for a good minute
Basically, yeah,
in a t-shirt, maybe.
yeah, in a t-shirt. And then you could just talk about I don't know, like the
You could
reason
be like,
why you
so
lost.
yeah. So this is the reason why I lost this bet. I don't know how to pick. I don't know basketball, and I will try to be better. But how will I be better? I will figure that out. Something like that. That'll be funny. Um, it will be probably like a very dumb recording, but
It would, but
yeah. Let's just
would be funny.
let's just pray for the best. If we can think of a better bet, we'll do a different bet.
Yeah,
But we shall see.
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's the end of the pod. I hope you all enjoyed. I am tired. I don't know what happened, but my eyes were out of nowhere got heavy. Like my eyelids are heavy. So I'm tired. I'm ready to end things. So let's do that. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube, like the video, leave a comment if you'd like something nice, please. Um, if you are on an audio platform, leave a 5-star rating and review. I'll try to my best to make. Sorry, that was glitching on my end. I'll try my best to make shorts, but we'll see. I've been wanting to upload more. I just don't know what to talk about. Uh, for a short slash TikTok. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Hoops. Do you have anything you want to add before we end things?
Per usual, thank you guys for the constant support to our channel. We greatly appreciate it. If you guys like our content, make sure to follow us on all platforms, like, comment, subscribe, share. And yeah, stay tuned to our episodes. We will continue to do our weekly rundowns. We will come up with cool concept ideas as well. And of course, you do not want to miss our monthly bets. So stay tuned and we will catch you on the next one.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.